Hello, good morning. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today on Read the Tarot. We're doing a check in with Spirit to see what Spirit wants you to know, and I am using the Goddess Power Oracle deck as well as my Fairies Oracle of the Fairies deck by Karen Kay. And let's just jump right in, shall we, and see what Spirit wants you to know. It's the end of November, beginning of December, and there's a lot going on in the world right now. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. What message do you have for my spiritual seekers, for my collective? What do you want them to know? And we shall start with this message right here. And we have the goddess Lilith, independence, independence. And I'm going to draw two more cards from the Goddess Power Oracle deck. But first we have Lilith, independence, with the number 30. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Next we have an alignment message from the Goddess Sophia, divine wisdom. Divine wisdom. And for our next card, we have, thank you, Spirit, what do you want my collective to know? Independence, divine wisdom, and truth. And this is from the Goddess Mat, Truth. And I was planning on just doing an interpretive reading of this, but I actually feel more led to read from the guidebook as well. Numbers we're looking at here are 30, 48, and 31. So that is interesting. Now, right off the bat, independence, divine wisdom being reversed, and truth makes me feel that this message, what Spirit wants you to know, is that maybe you're being too independent, even though it's upright and it's not in reverse, saying that you don't need to stop relying on your own inner guidance, intuition. I feel that the divine wisdom being reversed is saying that you're independent, you're doing very well, you've got things under control, you're making good decisions, you're weighing checks and balances, and you're moving in the right area. But maybe you're relying a little bit too much on yourself, and you're not spending that time seeking the divine wisdom that you need to maybe just get a little bit deeper insight into what it is that you might be dealing with. I'm not sure what your personal situation is right now, because of course this is a general reading for my spiritual seekers. But if you are in a position right now where you feel like you're going it on your own, you're busy, you're dealing with the holidays, and you're just maybe neglecting some of that time for meditation, for prayer, of gathering with people who are of like spiritual views, this could be going on. And because we're looking at truth being in the outcome of this situation, it could even be that you're relying so much on your own intuition, not seeking that spiritual revelation, spiritual wisdom, that there could be a truth that you're missing, that you're not able to see, but you need God's eyes, you need the Holy Spirit, you need your spirit guides to help lead you to this truth. So that's just my own take on this, but I want to read through all of the descriptions because I feel there may be something else here that I possibly may be missing. And remember, with the Goddess Power Oracle deck, if the card is upright, it is empowerment. If it's reversed, as we see with Sophia, divine wisdom, that means that there's an alignment task involved. So for Lilith, the empowerment message, the Jewish goddess Lilith refused to be dominated by the first man, and as a result was called a demon in the stories about her that followed. These inaccurate and damaging stories are so old and repeated so often that no one recognizes how pervasive their implications are. From another perspective, Lilith offers this lesson: no one can prevent you from fully blooming, from learning all you can, from evolving and choosing freedom. Only your conditioned thinking can do that. Be proud, be accountable, claim your power, and hold it wisely. Right now, you are in an excellent position to attract healthy, independent, collaborative relationships that truly serve the highest good. Friendships flourish with mutual respect and support. Love relationships bloom with ample space for both parties to grow. Business ventures thrive in service to the greater good. The goddess Lilith wants to show you the way to claim a healthy self worth and self respect by refusing to let your old stories keep you down. You will be amazed at how deep, meaningful, and respectful your experience becomes in all areas of your life when you make choices from a place of empowered independence. So, that is our message from Lilith. A very, very strong message right there. And now we are going to go to our alignment message from the goddess Sophia, divine wisdom. When you are disconnected from your higher power, you begin to believe that you alone are the source of abundance in life. It is wise to commit to a conscious and deliberate daily connection to a higher power. When you forget to do this, you may place too much attention on materialism, work, money, goals, and the like. The goddess Sophia reminds you that it's the spiritual aspect and the invisible aspect, the essence of your desires, that means more than the form. You may be mistaking something false for divine guidance right now. It's time to come back into alignment and receive true divine guidance, divested from wishful thinking or ego attachments. Opening to the wisdom of the mystery of the universe is your alignment task now. Let the goddess Sophia guide you to your magic. The most meaningful and beautiful expression of yourself is waiting for you. So I do feel that that coincides with what I was picking up intuitively, that even though you're independent, even though you're on the right track and you're making the right moves, don't do it alone. Don't forget that daily check in with your higher power, your God source, whatever God is to you. I respect your interpretation of who God is to you. So please never let my terminology or my description of my faith in God ever, take away from your belief in God or source or whatever it is to you, your higher power. Just the message so far from our goddesses is not to go it alone. Don't neglect checking in with our higher power. And our final message from the goddesses is from Matt, and it's truth. Okay, and here we go. There is great power in telling the truth and allowing it to lead you to higher ground. It's only when we refuse to see the reality of a situation that we lose our power to co create for the highest good. The Egyptian goddess Mat comes to remind you that if you're willing to do a fearless self inventory and live authentically with rigorous honesty, it will lead you to great success in all areas of your life. Being completely transparent with others, although it might at first feel too vulnerable, is exactly what you need to do now. When you do this, you will be flooded with the power to claim and experience a new freedom and a new happiness that will pour over your life like a wild, sweet honey. Your life is exactly where it needs to be. This is a wonderful time of empowered choice making. You are doing all the right things if you follow the invitation of Matt to live fearlessly in truth. As the arbiter of balance and divine order, she reminds you of the great value of this way of being. So that's a wonderful message. If you haven't been living your life devoted and committed to truth, I do encourage you to just, course correct. Everybody makes mistakes. We all, fall back on the wayside, fall to the wayside at times. And just, refocus, get back in focus. Our daily tarot check-in was to get back into focus and bring back into that balance. And it could even be that maybe the holidays have kept you preoccupied, and that's why you haven't been devoting yourself to your higher power and checking in for that divine wisdom. But it is that divine wisdom that is going to help us see the truth in situations clearly and separate the ego from spirit. And I do want to draw from the Oracle of the Fairies for you. So let us see what message we have. So Spirit, thank you for being here today. What message do you have from the fairies for my spiritual seekers today? What is the message from the fairies? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And it is right here. And let's see, we have stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So that is a beautiful card. And can you see that good? There, I think that's better. And so get out and do a little stargazing tonight, wherever you are. And we do have an eclipse coming up, a solar eclipse in December. So it might be a good time to, check out the stars, prepare for the eclipse. And let's read this from the book as well. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Now, as children, we often wished upon a star. Maybe sometimes as little kids, I mean, I remember myself as a little girl having a wish and thinking, I'm going to close my eyes and wish my wish upon the very first star I see. And when we're children, we do believe in this magic connection with the stars, with the moon. Maybe you remember the stories about the man in the moon. I know, like some people thought that the man in the moon could grant wishes. But maybe as we get older, we do look to astronomy, but maybe we're not really focusing on that stargazing. I do believe for astrology, this could absolutely be a message to not only, looking at the eclipse and looking at the star and just tuning into the stars and, meditating at night by looking at the sky. I believe this could definitely be a message to get into your astrology. Maybe pick up your astrological charts if you don't know what your chart is. Connect with a professional astrologer. This could be time to do that, especially with the solar eclipse coming and a lot of the shifting energies right now. So let me get back to the book. This card says the answer you seek is in the stars. This can literally mean looking up into the night sky and stargazing. Stargazing is like a form of divination. Allow your gaze to drift around the sky and see what flows into your mind. Fairies can be very active when the stars begin to appear and shine upon their surroundings. This also applies to you, except the stars are illuminating your current situation so that a solution can be more easily seen. Stargazing can bring about a deep sense of peace and can also help you to put things into perspective. Look how tiny the stars appear to be, yet this is only an illusion. Conversely, perhaps something in your life appears to be bigger than it is in reality. Do you have an interest in astronomy? If not, this card may be saying that it's time to explore this area. The insight you seek may also be found in astrology. This may be in a daily horoscope, or it could be the perfect time to have your birth chart created by a professional so you can see the energy currents at play in your life. This doesn't mean you have to change your life, but being aware of certain astrological patterns can be helpful as you move forward. Um, Back to what this card is actually saying about stargazing. I actually really do like that idea. Now, personally, I have done scrying with, let me show you my crystal right here. I don't want to knock it over if you can see my crystal right here. I do use this for scrying. I have lots of crystals, but I had not actually considered, using the sky and the stars to really, focus in, get into that trance state, clear your mind, and then see what starts flowing through, what thoughts flow through. I think I will try that. Very, very interesting. So that was our message today from the goddesses and our fairy. And our fairy message is stargazing. So if you do try the stargazing, or if you're led to, follow astronomy or astrology, please let me know. And there is a app. It's a free app. Oh goodness, I can't remember the name of it. Sky View, Sky Live. Let me see. I'm actually looking this up right now. I wish I could Sky View. It is Sky View. You may want to check out the Sky View app. You can get that for iPhone and Android. The Sky View map is absolutely incredible. You hold it up anywhere in your home, and you are going to see a map of everything: constellations, planets, satellites, whatever is out there. Even if it's below the equator, under your feet, you're going to see it. You can also search for specific planets, constellations, stars by name. So that's a great way to, bring astronomy into your daily life as well. But if you either, do your chart, follow astrology, inspired from this to do astrology or astronomy, or practice the stargazing. I'm actually going to look into a little bit of the history of stargazing as a form of divination, because, this is actually coming. I'm kind of picking up some things here too, especially with the astrologers and the three wise men and Christmas, and they followed that star to be led to baby Jesus. That's definitely a form of stargazing that I would consider divination. That's, the planets were foretelling this magnificent event, but we do have the astrologers looking at the sky to interpret the prophetic meaning. But I never really thought of that as this form of divination that we're seeing today in this message. So I'm going to actually delve a little bit further into that and see the history. If it is actually, if there's a separation between stargazing with astronomy as a form of prophecy and stargazing just not focusing on what star is what, and maybe using the sky more of a crystal ball and seeing if there's a history that I'm unaware of any tribes in history that actually foretold events in this manner that was not, like the practice of astrology, if that makes any sense. More of using the sky as your divine crystal ball or your divine, I don't know if this makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me, so I'm going to look into it. But please let me know if this reading resonated with you. I want to show the goddesses again. And we have Lilith, Independence, Sophia, Divine Wisdom. Let's turn that card around into alignment, and we're going to turn Sophia around through our meditation, through our prayer, through our daily practices, so we can have everything in order. And we have Lilith, Independence, and there's nothing wrong with being independent. When people are trying to put their burdens and their strongholds, their bondages on you, you must break free. You must claim your divine power. You must claim that you are a co-creator of your life. So do not let anybody put whatever it is that they are trying to put on you to hold you down in oppression. Break free like Lilith. You will not be, they might call you rebellious. They might even say you're demonic like they did to Lilith. But no, you are embracing the power of you. Sophia, Divine Wisdom. Never get so wrapped up in yourself that you forget your higher power, that you forget source, that you forget that you didn't create this life. You didn't create this planet. You're a co-creator. But there is one collective consciousness, this life force that is bigger than all of us. But because it combines all of us, we are part of it. We are divine co-creators in this life. And Matt, truth. Remember, you must go to God first. You must go through source to get the truth and live your truth. And if you aren't living your life in truth, then course correct. It's never too late to course correct and get on the right path. And do a little stargazing. I love that. I love that. So, and I do like that analogy that when we look at the stars, they just look like these tiny little lights, but it's an illusion. And maybe sometimes we're magnifying our problems to be much bigger than they are. And maybe sometimes we're diminishing our blessings. Maybe we're not even looking at the real true blessings that surround us, and we just look at them as these little peaks of light, in our dark days. And it's time to get that into focus too, that what you are being blessed with is always bigger than what you feel oppresses you. So focus on your blessing. Positive attracts positive, and put that positive energy out there. And I am definitely going to check into this stargazing history. So thank you for being here with me today for our goddess and fairy reading, and I hope that it blessed you. And let me know if you're interested in watching the solar eclipse December 4th. I'm definitely going to be planning something live for December 4th and the solar eclipse. So I shall talk to you all soon. I shall see you soon. God bless you, and read the tarot.